Coming up on City Span, crime-fighting technology coming to Metro Police. National recognition for 2 Savannah neighborhoods.
Measuring the success of the Savannah Film Festival, and it's all about reading at the Children's Book Festival.
Stay tuned, City Span starts right now. Hello everyone, I'm Margaret Williams.
And I'm Brett Bell.
Welcome to City Span, your source for news and information about Savannah City government.
City Council recently approved spending for equipment that Metro Police have been eyeing for some time, body cams.
Police and City Council hope that video footage from the cameras will aid criminal investigations, increase accountability in the department, and clear up controversy surrounding police-involved incidents, like the Charles Smith shooting on Savannah's West Side in August.
Items number 19.1, body cameras, tasers, and digital systems.
Madam Mayor, and
Yes.
I'm not sure if our city manager have much to say. We've had an extensive discussion today. This is absolutely a game changer.
While it's been years in the making, the timing seemed auspicious. Nearly 3 months after the fatal shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri sent shockwaves across the nation, and less than 2 months after the Charles Smith shooting sent tremors through our own community, the City Council voted to adopt the use of body cams for the Savannah-Chatham Metro Police. Lightweight cameras that can be mounted nearly anywhere on the body to record police encounters with the public.
Point-of-view video system that will revolutionize transparency between law enforcement agencies and their communities while protecting officers from false claims.
At a cost of $1.7 million over the next 5 years. But for the officers on the street and City Council alike, the peace of mind is priceless.
Let's think about this right here. Let's think about what we've experienced in our community in the last few months. Let's think about what we've seen in other communities in the United States. And the big disconnect between the community and the disconnect between the law enforcement officers and the courts. What will the cameras help them do with that? The cameras will help tell a story. It'll take you where the police officer has been, where he or she was at, what they experienced, when we have two sides telling distinct, different stories. Accountability that this is going to bring to this department, to members of this department, and not only the members of this department, but everyone associated with the city of Savannah and Chatham County. It's going to bring accountability back to our entire organization.
The contract calls for 360 cameras, tasers, and digital file storage equipment. While conceding that the cost of the purchase was significant, council members were unanimous in their praise of the decision.
I know other cities have been doing this. They have been very pleased with the results. I think it's going to make us more professional staff, as it has in other cities.
And when these cameras record what's happening, we don't examine it. We send it off. So the credibility for what's there is not examined by the Savannah-Chatham Metropolitan Police Department. It's channeled by someone else, and it's documented, it's available to anyone, it's online, the whole 9 yards. And I think that is a very, very important feature.
The Savannah-Chatham Metro Police expects all of their officers to be outfitted with the new cameras by the end of 2015. Reporting for City Span, I'm Jody Jenkins.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposes? Ayes so have it.
2 Savannah neighborhoods have been recognized for contributing to Savannah's livability and historic fabric. The American Planning Association recognized the Victorian District as one of the great places in America. Around the same time, the Kensington Park Groveland Historic District, one of the first subdivisions built in Savannah after World War II, was added to the National Register of Historic Places.
On October 1st, the American Planning Association announced the designation of Savannah's Victorian District as one of the top 10 great neighborhoods in the country for 2014.
It was the third such APA designation for Savannah, coming after Bull Street and Savannah Squares, and it seemed like a natural for those who know it best.
The alderman talked about the APA finally getting to Savannah. No, they know it. And I will tell you that in the 5 years that I've been on the APA board, wherever I travel in this country and mention Savannah, there's never been anything less than joy in being able to even have been a visitor here or seek an opportunity to come here. Believe me, we are on the map. I am proud.
Bull Street was recognized in 2007 and Savannah Squares were tapped in 2009. But in its selection of the Victorian District this year, the APA specifically noted the communities and businesses' participation and cooperation in maintaining the district, its walkability, the addition of bike amenities, and the presence of Forsyth Park, a social hub with its open vistas influenced by Parisian urban renewal efforts.
All who live and work in or around the Victorian District are well aware of its charm and character, functionality, and multitude of other offerings, but now others around our great nation will know as well. I continually remind myself and others in the community to look around and witness the uniqueness and ongoing improvements of the district.
The reason that this neighborhood is so successful is that the residents are very much engaged and they have wonderful leadership. Thank you so much. Can you imagine 10 out of all of the neighborhoods in the country? That is phenomenal. Congratulations.
While the city was celebrating the Victorian District's charms, the south side of Savannah was having a little celebration of its own. After 6 years of effort, the Kensington Park neighborhood was recognized for its 1950-style homes and placed in the National Register of Historic Places. It was one of the first residential subdivisions built in the city after World War II, and nearly all the homes in the neighborhood qualified for the honor.
So many times people think of Savannah and they think of the downtown neighborhoods, and they forget that, you know, we now have many, many historic neighborhoods, and I hope that this is just one more example of neighborhoods taking that, and I hope many other neighborhood presidents will now do the same. Let's protect all of Savannah.
They have been working on this for a long, long, long time, and I wanted them to get the designation that they wanted and the recognition that they deserve.
Reporting for CitySpan, I'm Savannah.
Baldwin Park residents will be happy to know that improvements to drainage systems in their neighborhood are almost finished. The work should help alleviate the kind of flooding that plagued the area in the past. The city spent $3.5 million on drainage improvements, including the installation of 3,600 linear feet of storm drain pipes, water mains, and culverts large enough to walk through. Replacement and restoration of curbs and gutters, sidewalks, driveways, and handicap ramps along street corners is now underway. And the numerous trees along the south side of 40th Street that were removed will be replaced with bosk elms. Alderwoman Mary Osborne, who represents Baldwin Park, said this is the realization of a 25-year-old dream for her and her constituents. Osborne's home was damaged in this past summer's flash flooding, but she said she hopes those days are gone for her and all of her neighbors.
I am very, very excited for all of the residents of this area. First of all, going all the way back from Cedar, 39th, 40th, all the way down here, I tell you, it is very exciting. We certainly hope that the project accomplishes what it does to reduce the flooding in our area. And the men that have been working over here have been very good and very nice to the residents. No problems whatsoever. It's not going to eliminate all flooding, but the major flooding that we have is going to be corrected, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm sure all the residents are.
Osborne said work on the project is slated to end by Thanksgiving, giving everyone something to smile about for the holidays. Coming up on CitySpan, Hollywood Glam comes to Savannah.
And later, time to tee it up when the front nine of the Bacon Park Golf Course opens for play.
Abandoned, forgotten, unable to move on their own, an eyesore, a nuisance, a threat to public safety, and against city ordinance. Derelict vehicles left on public property will be towed after 10 days and on private property after 30 days. Abandoned vehicles left on public property, including streets, will be towed after 5 days and on private property after 30 days. To report blight of any kind, call 311 or visit the city's website. Help move all of Savannah from blight to bright.
Welcome back to CitySpan. I'm Margaret Williams. Every year, thousands of people pour into town for the Savannah Film Festival. It's Savannah's version of the red carpet and a chance for us to strut our stuff for tourists and businesses alike. Thanks to major funding from the city of Savannah. CitySpan's Jody Jenkins has more on the festival and how the city measures the impact of its financial investment.
There's nothing like the glitz and glamour of a film festival to bring out the stars and the stargazers. And it's no secret that people will travel from near and far to get a glimpse of the famous come to town. which is why the Savannah Film Festival is a great promotion for the city, both as a film and tourism destination. It puts us on the celestial map and racks up numbers for everything from local hotels and restaurants to tour companies and coffee shops and art galleries, which is why the city of Savannah is one of the largest contributors to the annual festival.
Pues Maria says very good things about you.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Mr. Escobar.
Call me Pablo.
But how do we know we're getting our money's worth for the spend? How do we quantify the return on the nearly $50,000 the city puts in each year? Meet Larry and Lynn Goodman of Touchpole. It's their job to make some sense of all those dollars. And they do it the old-fashioned way, one person at a time, making their way through the long lines and crowds of visitors to the films and other events at the festival.
We do an interactive survey while the event is going on so that we get people while their memories are real and hot, not 4 days or a week later like an internet survey. What we're trying to do is gather information for the client, economic impact and grants. Those are the two reasons they want information. They use our information to help them do both those things.
Where they're coming from, so we can see how far the advertising may be reaching, or not reaching, as the case may be, where they're staying, how much are they spending, just as Larry said, and of course, do they enjoy the festival? Is it enough to make them want to come back, or is it a one-time deal?
Their numbers help give a clearer picture of the who, what, when, and where of the festival goers. And they give organizers and city officials a glimpse into trends and feedback from the very people who pay the bills, the customers. While the numbers for this year's festival aren't yet available, Eileen Baker of the City of Savannah's Cultural Affairs Office says it's clear that over the years the film festival has become quite a draw.
We like to have hard data and have that available so that people don't just think, oh, we're just doing it for fun. There's actually reasoning behind it. So with the film festival, we're interested in why people come to Savannah, how many visitors there are, what particular parts of the film festival attracted them. So we're looking for out-of-town people, we're looking at age groups that come, we're looking at how long they stayed in Savannah. The return on investment is obviously there with the film festival.
Reporting for CitySpan, I'm Jody Jenkins.
Local golfers celebrated the reopening of the front 9 holes of the Baldwin Park golf course in October. City Council awarded O.C. Welch Golf Properties the contract to renovate the Donald Ross designed course late last year. And while the grass is still growing, the new look is getting high marks from the local golfing community.
The front 9 of the Baldwin Park golf course opened for business October 1st, just as O.C. Welch predicted they would. And golfers were putting on the greens and swinging off the tees. And everybody was in a good mood, but none more so than O.C. Welch himself.
Hey, you know, Shorty Cooper, this golf course had more kids grow up and become pros than any golf course in this city. You know, they still in the golf business, and it's amazing what actually came out of here. But we had a lot of great people to look up to, and lots of great memories.
Welch Golf Properties won the contract a year ago to take over the course and undertake some major renovations, which meant stripping out a lot of the undergrowth, putting in new irrigation, and taking the course back to its original design. It's a labor of love for Welch, who golfed these greens religiously as a boy, and he was clearly proud to see this day come, when he could finally give back to the community for all the lessons he took away from here.
It's good to get, you know, to this point. You know, we had a very aggressive plan to get here, and we're here. So we made a commitment to have it open by October 1st, and there's actually people playing golf this morning.
When he gets the full 18 holes renovated, the next 9, like I say, it will compete with any course in this area.
If all goes according to plan, Work on the back 9 will begin in February. Target completion date, sometime in August 2015. Reporting for CitySpan, I'm Jody Jenkins.
The holidays are almost here, and for many that means cooking up traditional foods like baked hams and fried turkeys and baking with butter and shortening. It also means we have more cooking fats, oils, and grease to dispose of. Improper disposal of those wastes, like pouring it down the kitchen sink, creates blockage in city sewer lines and homeowner pipes. That can lead to sewage spills and raw sewage backing up into homes and costly cleanup and repairs. An estimated 70% of all sewer blockages in the city are caused by improperly discarded grease. In addition to cooling and containing it, you can also recycle your used cooking grease at the city's President Street wastewater treatment plant. For more information, visit the city's website at savannahga.gov.
The Small Business Assistance Corporation provides business loans, counseling, training, and more to small business owners in Savannah and the Lowcountry. Each month on CitySpan, we highlight a local business that has benefited from those services. SBAC's Leandra Michael has more.
Today we're visiting Sarah Jane Kids, the pint-sized boutique for Savannah's fashion elite. Sarah Jane grew up in Savannah and caught the entrepreneurial bug from her parents. After attending SCAD's Rising Star program, Sarah Jane left Savannah in an effort to find out everything she could about the retail industry. She brought her experience back home and opened a children's store, which combined two of her favorite things in life, fashion and children. Sarah Jane Kids offers a full shopping experience. While you shop, your little one can accessorize with their dress-up box, enjoy a tea party, or play in their pint-sized tent. And no shopping experience is complete without taking a sashay down the runway. She even brought the first ever fashion truck to Savannah. That's just part of the innovation and style that has made Sarah Jane Kids best children's clothing store in Savannah 4 years running. Of course, a lot goes into preparing a premier boutique for Savannah's little fashionistas. Sarah Jane contacted SBAC to assist with financing.
It's something kind of I always wanted to do. Ever since I was little, my sister and I would go to a children's store and get our outfits and then go home and do a runway show for my parents. So it's something kind of always in the back of my mind. I was a fashion merchandising major in college and started working at a children's clothing store and loved it. I always wanted to open my own store, so you know, after I realized that, you know, that could be possible, I moved back to Savannah. I'm a native Savannian, and I decided, you know, this is what I wanted to do, open a children's clothing store here in Savannah. After I quit my corporate job in September, we were open November 1st of 2010. I met with Connie Edwards at SBDC, and they were immensely helpful. They helped with market research and as well as business plan, and kind of got the ball rolling. And then Steve and George kind of took over at the SBAC. You know, they can hold your hand, you know, through the whole process, and you know, be able to look out for loans that can be specific for you, and also, you know, help you along the way, not just getting your business loan, but throughout mentorship. Very helpful over there, and I was very pleased with, you know, being able to, the whole process.
If you need a loan for a new or existing small business, visit the Small Business Resource Center at 111 East Liberty Street, or check us out online at sbacsav.com. Sarah Jane fulfilled a lifelong dream by opening her own business. What are you dreaming about? Reporting for the Small Business Assistance Corporation, I'm Leandra Michael.
Still to come on CitySpan, the do's and don'ts of street sweeping.
And later, giving thanks for staying out of debt. Welcome back to CitySpan. I'm Brett Bell. Clean, litter-free streets makes neighborhoods look good and help protect the environment. But did you know that even a small amount of litter outside your house can cause flooding on your street? Keeping our city litter-free requires the involvement of everyone. There to help is the city's hard-working street sweeping department, led by Administrator Willie London.
Well, when leaves and debris are blown into the street, it stops up the storm drain and causes clogging, which in low-lying areas result in flooding. So therefore, we try to prevent landscaping companies from blowing in the streets. One thing I'd like to express to the residents, and more importantly, to the landscaping company, do not blow leaves and debris into the streets and storm drains. We request that you bag your yard waste into brown paper bags and place them along the curb for your scheduled pickups. We do have a schedule posted on the city website, but all scheduled sweeping zones have signs posted as is this sign that indicates there's no parking during a particular time zone. Vehicles that are parked in the sweeping zone during the time designated on the signs are subject to be cited. They will receive a citation of $25. And additionally, residents are asked not to blow leaves and debris into the streets. Businesses that blow leaves and debris can receive citation or jeopardize their license. The City of Savannah has a very unique sweeping program whereby residents know when their streets will be swept. That gives them an opportunity to move their vehicles. So basically, it allows us to be more effective when we sweeping the streets.
Savannah is one of the few cities in the U.S. that has a systematic street cleaning program. For a complete street sweeping schedule, visit savannahga.gov/sanitation.
From the Savannah Bells Ferry and the DOT Downtown Shuttle to environmentally friendly hybrid buses and a bike share program, Chatham Area Transit, or CAT, is an important piece of Savannah's transportation plan, providing a variety of options for residents and tourists. CAT's Patricia Hawkins has more.
Hi, I'm Patricia Hawkins with your monthly CAT update. We're happy to announce that Sunday service has been added on the 100X Airport Express from the Joe Murray Rivers Jr. Intermodal Transit Center to the Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. The express service runs every hour from 9:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. from the Transit Center to the airport. In other CAT news, the Liberty Street Shuttle will operate from 9 p.m. until 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. You can park your car in any of the parking garages operated by the City of Savannah and travel via the shuttle through historic downtown Savannah. And finally, here's some information that you need to know as we approach the holiday season. CAT will not provide any bus service on Thanksgiving Day, November 27th. The offices will be closed, ticket sales will not be available, and scheduling information will not be available via telephone. But as always, you may obtain scheduling information from the website at catchacat.org. On the day after Thanksgiving, November 28th, buses will operate on a regular schedule and ticket sales and scheduling information will be available via telephone. That's it for this month's update. Until next time, I'm Patricia Hawkins, and as always, thank you for catching a cat.
Each month on CitySpan, we team up with the folks at Bank on Savannah, an initiative of Step Up Savannah, to provide you with easy tips to help make the most of your money. With more, here's Richard Reeve from the Consumer Credit Counseling Service of Savannah.
Thanksgiving is a time to give thanks, eat delicious food, and spend time with family. Yet a good Thanksgiving meal can be expensive. Luckily, there are simple ways you can cut spending and save money this holiday season. If you're inviting friends and family over, consider asking them to bring a dish. Potlucks are a great way to mix things up and relieve some of the meal's financial burden on the host. Plan ahead by making a list of what you'll need and exactly how much. Stick to your list and don't go to the store hungry. We all have our favorite family recipes, but don't feel the pressure to make them all. Keep an eye out for special coupons and promotions around Thanksgiving time. Some stores offer a free turkey if you can spend a certain amount of money. Research store promotions and deals before leaving home. Another great way to save around Thanksgiving time is to visit your local wholesale store for bulk dry goods. You can also visit your local farmer's market for low-priced, in-season produce. Remember these rules. Vegetables are cheaper than meat, processed foods cost more, and alcohol can gobble up a lot of your food budget. When it comes to decor, this can be the perfect occasion to get creative. Engage the whole family in an arts and crafts project. You can go outside to use leaves, flowers, or pine cones for a natural, fall-inspired table setting. Are you inspired to save big this Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is a time to reflect on all you have to be grateful for. With planning and creativity, it can also be a holiday that doesn't strain your budget. Now that's something to be thankful for. Until next time, I'm Richard Reeve, and you can bank on this.
It's that time of year again, time for the Savannah Children's Book Festival. It's a time for authors and children's book lovers to come together in celebration of the written word.
With headliners like Lois Lowry, author of The Giver, and Rosemary Well, author of the popular Mac series, it's no wonder that Savannah Children's Book Festival has become one of the major youth events of the fall festival circuit. Sponsored by the Live Oak Public Libraries in the city of Savannah, it features more than 50 coastal area authors and illustrators, and is a chance for kids to return to the roots of reading.
We started our festival over 10 years ago because we think books are important. We think reading is important. And there's a different dynamic reading a book than reading something on screen. The magic of being able to turn the page and see what happens next, the tactile feel of reading the books is incredibly important. And then being able to say that you've met the author or the illustrator is magic. So we've put it all together in a package and we call it our Savannah Children's Book Festival.
And that package includes supporting events such as a poster contest. All the entries for this year's contest are on show at the Space Gallery at the Cultural Affairs Center on Henry Street. There were over 300 from elementary to university level. There was a poetry contest and readings at the gallery as well. For more information, call 912-652-3600 or visit www.liveoakpl.org. Reporting for City Span, I'm Alicia Scott.
Margaret, you've got 2 grandkids now?
I do, and they are into the books reading stage where for Christmas they're going to get lots and lots of books.
Yeah, you know, I've got a 3.5-year-old and he has just started to really get into books after us reading to him since he was just out of the womb. And he's into it. We're really big into Dr. Seuss now. Those books are, I forgot how crazy those books are.
Dr. Seuss and The Who is my grandchildren's favorite Christmas book. We read it all year long, even though it's not Christmas. They really do like Dr. Seuss. But everybody likes Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, everybody loves Dr. Seuss. I read it, my parents read it. It's all good stuff.
And now our kids are reading it.
Yeah, fun. You think Dr. Seuss is going to be the book festival?
I don't think so, but I think it's a good opportunity to go out and buy books for our kids.
Sounds fun.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of City Span.
Don't forget, for the latest news and information about the city of Savannah, keep it tuned to SGTV. Visit our website at savannahga.gov or follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Until next time, I'm Margaret Williams.
And I'm Brett Bell.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for making Savannah your home.